Fidelis Care offers quality, affordable health coverage for children and adults of all ages and at all stages of life. Quality health coverage, it's our mission. Call 1-888-FIDELIS or visit fideliscare.org.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Each and every week at this time, we're going to take a look at our local college sports programs. We begin this week with the Honor Roll of Local College Athletes, brought to you by M&T Bank. At M&T Bank, we're listening, learning, and working hard to understand what's important to Western New York. It's what we've been doing since 1856. M&T Bank, understanding what's important. At number 3, Zach Ayers helped the U of R men's basketball team to the D3 round of 16 by scoring a career-high 26 points on 10 for 13 shooting in an 82-60 win over Union. At number 2, it's Cassie Jakowski of the Roberts Wesleyan women's lacrosse team. She scored 5 goals in the Red Hawks' first win of the season, beating Malloy 17-11. Jakowski now has 17 goals in the first 3 games of her senior year. And topping the list, it's Peter Girardi of the St. John Fisher track team. He took first place in the 60-meter hurdles at the ECAC Championships. Girardi also placed third in the 400-meter dash. It's time now for our local college spotlight Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Ralph Honda. This week's Athlete of the Week brought to you by Ralph Honda, where they've been doing it right for 3 generations. Visit their new showroom or find your next car online at ralphhonda.com. This season didn't turn out as well as hoped for the Nazareth men's basketball team, but over the course of the year, it was the performance of sophomore Brendan Wynn that has the Golden Flyers looking forward to next year. Here's Kim Burnson.
It isn't often you find an underclassman with the ability to take over a game like Brendan Wynn. Due to injuries in the lineup for Nazareth this season, the door opened for Wynn to showcase what he could do, and the sophomore guard took advantage.
It kind of started when Tyler Stingai went down. I kind of had to not step up, but everyone on the team had to do a different role, kind of. And he came back, and I was kind of on a hot streak, so I continued doing what I was doing, and we definitely coincided really well. I knew I was going to have a different role, and I knew that it was going to be a lot different of a season than last year, but you can never really assume that you're going to be one of the league's top scorers. It's definitely surreal.
It wasn't long ago Wynn made a name for himself at Athena High School. As a standout on the court, he helped lead his varsity team to 3 straight sectional titles. Wynn was the starting point guard in 2015 when the team made their run to the state finals. Naturally, he caught the eye of college coaches.
Well, he was on a great high school team at Greece Athena, and number one, he knew how to win. He was very team-oriented. He didn't, he was on a team that had so many good players. He wasn't the focal point, and so he understood team. He's a very athletic player, and we knew he could be a great point guard. He had to play a lot of different positions in high school, but we knew he'd be a really good point guard.
Yeah, absolutely. Our body language started to change, and Coach called a nice timeout, and we kept our composure and really got back into it.
Wynn has continuously improved in his first 2 years. In the last 3 games of his sophomore season, he was averaging 38 points a game, including a career-high 48-point game in their season-ending loss to St. John Fisher. He finished the season averaging just over 17 points a game.
Yeah, coming in, we had a nice nucleus of guys. Mitch Ford, Maurice Mills, Nick Nadu, Steve Saltisic, kind of looked up to them as brothers, and they just definitely taught me how to remain calm in the big games and big stages, and I definitely learned from them, and I took it into this season, and with them not there, I kind of had to take a different role than I did last year, and I definitely grew as a player, and they helped me a lot with that. So. The older guys on our team were absolutely unselfish, great teammates. Jack Mulcahy actually won Sportsman of the Year this year, so just having him on the team, they were nothing but happy for me, and they were just welcoming me with open arms.
Brendan had a terrific freshman year as the first player off the bench for us, and as a freshman, and we needed him to be more of a scorer this year, and he really put a lot of time in working on his pull-up jump shot. And I've never coached a player who's better at beating his man, and so he can get to the basket as good as anybody. And but he really worked hard on his finishing and his pull-up jump shot, and at the end of the year, he was unbelievable at it.
Finishing the season on a personal high only makes the expectations that much greater for next season.
Next year he'll be an upperclassman, and I do think it'll be more of an opportunity to be a leader, which we didn't ask as much. As a point guard, you always have to lead, but it'll be much more will be expected from him next year, and the way he finished the year with the utmost confidence, and his teammates have confidence in him. So I think he'll be a really good leader moving forward.
A lot of guys after sophomore year, they kind of rest on their laurels, and they say, "Oh, I had a great season. I'm going to do the same thing next 2 years," and they don't really work. So coach has been talking to me about that, and I'll just remain consistent and keep working harder and harder every day, and hopefully can carry it through and maybe even improve. So.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who never seems like he has a bad day. There's always a huge smile on his face, and he never gets tired. I joke with him that all the other players, I ask him, "How you feeling today?" And I never ask him because he's never sore or tired. He's just he's going 100 miles an hour all the time, and he has a great upbeat personality, and he's a great positive influence on our team.
I'm Kim Burnson with the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat.
When we return, JC DeLass welcomes St. John Fisher softball coach Bari Mance into the Coach's Corner. And later on, Kim is back with our Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Dave. We've got that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. As we head to break, here's a look at the Nazareth Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Nazareth College. As we come back from break, here's a look at the Geneseo Athletes of the Week, brought to you by SUNY Geneseo. Well, welcome back, and thanks once again for joining us on the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Each and every week, JC DeLass from WYSL Radio is going to help us get to know an area coach better with the Fidelis Care Coach's Corner. The Fidelis Care Coach's Corner is presented by Fidelis Care, quality health coverage. It's our mission.
This is JC DeLass with this week's Fidelis Care Coach's Corner, and our guest this week is Bari Mance. She's the head softball coach at St. John Fisher College. Coach, you're in your 4th season as head coach here after 11 years as an assistant, also played here 4 years. What is it about St. John Fisher that's made this such a special place for you?
It's home. It's pretty much what it is. It's comfortable, it's fun, the people, the environment, it's family.
For you, you've had some great coaching mentors through your years. Who's the go-to for advice for you right now?
It's still my coach. I'll still talk to Len. Len Myrani was the coach here, and I was his assistant for a while, and he'll call me every once in a while. He's like my dad, so I'll call him and ask for his advice and run some ideas off of him.
What are some of the things that you think you learned from him?
He told me a couple of times, he goes, if you can look yourself in the mirror after a decision you made, then you know you made the right one, even if it's not something that you personally wanted to do. And that's how I like to run my program. Making sure that the kids do the right thing when they're supposed to do the right thing, and you being okay with the decisions being made.
You led the team to the College World Series last year.
I don't know if I did that.
Well, has that raised the level of expectations? Is the bar set high now?
The bar's always been set that high. It's just, balls going the right way, bouncing the right way, wrong pitch at the right time type of deal.
When you're recruiting for your program now, is there a certain type of student athlete that you're looking for that you think will fit in best here?
Yes. I'm stealing a line from another program. Ithaca's always been successful, and she's a great coach, and I've talked to her over the years, and she said that talent gets you in the door, character gets you on the team. And I took that to heart as well, because you want good kids, smart kids, talented kids that believe in the same ideals that you do and in the same core values. And if a kid doesn't have that, they're truly not going to be as successful as they could be in your program.
As a graduate of St. John Fisher College, do you think that kind of helps you a little bit in relating to what the kids are going through now?
Yes. The school model, teach me goodness, discipline, and knowledge, it's evident in what we want to do as a department as well, and on our team. So a lot of the teams, they're good kids here.
What's the best part about coaching at St. John Fisher College for you?
For me, it's an honor to coach at your alma mater. It really is. It's humbling. It's where the program's been. The alumni I've been associated with, some of these people are in their 40s now, and they're still following. They're still. You walk into a Wegmans with your coat on, and you're like, "Oh, I saw you at the World Series. I was watching you on TV or on my computer," and it's very humbling. It really is.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. And thank you for watching this week's Fidelis Care Coach's Corner.
Up next is our Scholar Athlete, and later on, Roberts Wesleyan Women's Lacrosse is back on the field. We'll have that story and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. Before we go to break, here's a look at the RIT Athletes of the Week, brought to you by the Rochester Institute of Technology. As we come back from break, here's a look at the SUNY Brockport Athletes of the Week, brought to you by the College at Brockport.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for our Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Dave Digital Audiovisual Environments.
Where can you go to get expert advice and installation on TVs, sound systems, and automation for your home, car, or business? Come see Dave, Digital Audio Visual Environments. ComeSeeDave.com.
Honored this week is Sam Borst-Smith, a senior guard for the Yellow Jackets basketball team. Sam is a finalist for the prestigious Jostens Trophy, one of 10 players in the country nominated. He volunteers with the Go for Goal Foundation and raises funds for children with pediatric cancer. Sam was also named the UAA Player of the Year, nominated for standing out on the court and in the classroom. This week, Sam Borst-Smith is our Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Dave Digital Audiovisual Environments. Now here's Dave Yates with a look at our college calendar.
Here's our local college calendar for the week ahead. Tuesday, the Fisher women's lacrosse team hosts the University of Rochester at 4:30. Wednesday, the Brockport men take on Fisher in a good lacrosse matchup at Bob Boozer Field. Starting Wednesday and running through Saturday, the NCAA Division III Swimming and Diving Championships take place in Shenandoah, Texas. On Thursday, the Roberts Wesleyan women's lacrosse team battles visiting Nyack College at 2. And finally on Saturday, it's the return of softball with the Fisher Cardinals hosting Pitt Bradford for a doubleheader. That starts at 1 p.m. And now here's how some of our Section 5 alums are doing at colleges outside of Rochester. It's a segment we call Postcards from College. Anthony Lamb is finishing up his first year at Vermont in strong fashion, averaging 20 points a game over his last 6, while the Catamounts are on a 19-game win streak. Matt Gamble from Webster is back on the court for Notre Dame, helping the Irish to a 7-0 sweep of Indiana by winning in 3 sets at the number 4 position. Madeline Kopp of Spencerport is enjoying a great senior year, highlighted by a silver medal finish at the ACC Indoor Championships in the 800 and being named first team All-ACC for the event and the 4x400 relay. And Brockport grad Julia DiMartino won her second game of the year for Liberty University, this time pitching 4 shutout innings of relief versus Syracuse. Coming up next, our honor roll of teams, and later on we look at the Red Hawks women's lacrosse team as it begins their season. We'll have that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. As we head to break, here's a look at the Roberts Wesleyan Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Roberts Wesleyan College. As we come back from break, here's a look at the St. John Fisher Athletes of the Week, brought to you by St. John Fisher College. Welcome back once again. Thanks for joining us on the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Here is our honor roll of local college teams. At number 3, it's the Brockport Women's Lacrosse Squad. They're off to a 2-0 start, beating RIT 13-6. Sophomore Hannah Cullen scored 4 goals for the 10th-ranked Golden Eagles. At number 2, Fisher Men's Basketball. They fell in the second round of the NCAAs to Tufts, ending the year with a 23-6 record. Senior Keegan Ryan went out with a bang, scoring 33 with 11 boards for the Cardinals. And topping the list, Geneseo Women's Basketball. They defeated the U of R women 78-72 to advance to the round of 16 for the second time in 3 years. Senior Kara Hoopert scored a career-high 23 points in the win. And now it's time for our Spotlight Team of the Week. The women's lacrosse team at Roberts Wesleyan College was picked to finish 6th in the ECC this year, but led by a scoring sensation, they aim for much more.
For the Red Hawks women's lacrosse team, it's all about changing the culture. That's something Kristen Concordia is aiming to do now in her second season as head coach. Last spring, the team finished with a 6-9 overall record, but this season, things are clicking early.
We're trusting each other a lot. Whereas years prior, it came natural to the girls just to play and be talented, but now we're trusting each other, and you can see the connections being made, and it's pretty lacrosse out there. It took some time to have some culture changes and some new rules applied when I became head coach, but just like any other program, it takes time and for girls to come in and have great captains to buy into the program. But now that we're starting to see them buy into the lacrosse techniques and the culture change we want, we're starting to click.
It's a young program that's seen 4 different head coaches in its 6 seasons. With the turnover, it can be tough to build a strong foundation for the future, yet Coach Concordia has her team buying in.
Well, we've put more emphasis on our fall ball, whereas in the fall it was kind of lackadaisy a little bit, but now we're working hard in the fall and knowing that it's preparing us for our season. And I just implemented some small rules that, like using our locker room more so we have more of a team feel, and they have somewhere to go to be as a team rather than not just coming on the field and practicing. They have somewhere to go.
We lost a lot of seniors last year, and they had been through a lot with all different coaches, so I think this year having Pete and Kristen and Coach Jay, we're really starting to listen to them and believe in their idea for the program. I think that's a huge difference too, is that the team is believing in our coaches, and that has made us grow together as a team and grow closer as a team.
She's brought a lot of new dynamics into our team this year. It's been a little different. It's been a little difficult at times, but I think that we've adapted to it really well, and I think that it's really helped our team chemistry. And again, the positivity, I think that's really contributed to it. So at first, I think it was difficult, but now it's really helping.
A key piece to the Red Hawks offense this season is Cassie Jakowski. She's currently the team leader in the goal-scoring column with over 20 points early in the season, and she had a big game against Wheeling Jesuit with 7 goals and followed that up with another 5 goals in their next game against 4th-ranked Molloy College.
Honestly, she's always had the talent. She really has. But this year, she's kind of by herself down on that attacking end, and she's always had the talent to score in the back of the net. But she took this leadership role that I knew she always had, but she hasn't shown. And she definitely became a star down there, talking to the girls and pushing them. And I'm excited to see what she's got.
I think our team in general is clicking. I think that's something that we've lacked over the years, and I think this year we're really coming out strong with our chemistry, and it's clicking all together, and everybody's able to move the ball, work it around, and it's setting everyone up for success.
Last spring, the team was in the running for a spot in the ECC tournament, but ended up finishing 2 games out of the 4th and final spot. Now, the goal is to hold on to that early momentum and earn back that spot in the postseason.
Well, I think coming off with a win against Malloy, which they're a 4th-ranked team, it was huge for us. I think that's going to keep us encouraged, and it proves to us that we can do it, that we have the potential. So I think that's going to drive us to be consistent throughout the rest of the year, keep working on what we need to work on, and just working hard, staying encouraged, and being positive. I think that's a big thing for us this year, is we're just so positive as opposed to other years, and that's really allowed us to get some wins.
Well, obviously we want to be in the tournament at the end of the year, but I think honestly, I would say having a winning record or just playing as a team together, even if that means a loss, as like playing together as a team and playing for each other and not selfishly is a huge thing that we've kind of adopted as like a team this year, is listening to the coaches and playing together. I think that is a goal, is just to like play as a team and play as one and not play as a bunch of individuals.
Our goals this season is to be competitive. We were ranked preseason ranked 6th, and we feel that we were a little bit better than that. So we're going to work hard to get into that ECC tournament. Just upsetting the preseason ranked 4th team, Malloy, I think that really shows that we're a force to be reckoned with.
I think one of our main goals also is just playing to our ability. If we can, come out of every game knowing that we gave it our all, then that's going to be enough for us at the end. Winning record, hopefully.
I'm Kim Burnson with the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat.
Well, thanks everyone for watching, and a special thanks to our sponsors, including Fidelis Care, for making the College Sports Beat possible. We'll see you back here next week.